Hey Void, how you doing? So, yeah, back on continuing my streaming cycle. Lately, every weekend, I've been kicking up one of my three streaming services that I frequent, and been just kind of rotating through them. Usually working through my saved collection, or just seeing what jumps out at me in the case of Netflix, because I haven't bothered to make one for them yet. But usually I've been cycling from Shudder to Tubi to Netflix. But Netflix is one that usually I just don't know what I'm going to get into because that's more of a grab bag for me. Shudder is very relevant to my interests, and Tubi is so out there, it's usually got something. But I was happy to find Creep 2. And after really enjoying Creep just a couple weeks ago, yeah, I just decided to throw it right on. And yeah, it's more of the same. If you like Creep, Creep 2 is right. They keep the same mood very well. I think largely that comes to both movies were largely unscripted, so it has a very organic feel to it. That's just the characters playing off of each other, and well, one of them's just really weird. Now, this one follows the creep who is now going by Aaron. We never really learn his real name. He seems to have stolen the character from the previous one's previous movie's name. And he's again putting out a call for a videographer. However, he's having a bit of a midlife crisis right now. The magic of murder is gone. He's just not sure what he's doing anymore. It's lost that luster, which is a weird vibe to see. Anyway, uh, his call's answered by a failing YouTuber who's trying to have a show about meeting weird people and answering a lot of personal ads just to see what happens. And, well, these two collide, and she tries her best to keep up with his weirdness. And it's unclear whether this is his going to be his magnum opus murder, whether he's going to go down the suicide road, combination of the both, or just let her videotape him and then let her go. So it does a good job of letting you not know exactly what the score is here, especially since with how compulsive of a liar he is, you never know whether you can trust what he's saying. Now, I would have appreciated this one's good for the most part, and it definitely fits in there. I personally would have appreciated if it had gone a step farther and had the person the creep reached out to be actually more batshit than he is instead of just someone trying to keep up. Like, I think it would have been fascinating if he had actually pulled in another murderer. They essentially had a creep off, but it doesn't go that route, which I realized pretty quick. But it would have been fun. But what they do is still enjoyable. Now, I will say the girl he ropes in there is a bit dry, especially in the beginning. But that seems to be like part of her character. That could be why her show is having some problems. She is clearly just winging a lot of what she's doing and just usually giving quick responses and very basic ones. So I think that's just part of who she's supposed to be. But it does make her a little bit hard to relate with at the beginning. But she gets better as it goes on after he has his kind of nervous breakdown hissy fit in the woods. But otherwise, I have no real complaints here. It feels like another Creep movie, which is a good thing. I did hear that they're working on a third one, and it was always intended to be kind of a trilogy. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with it, but I am curious, and we'll be happy to see that one. Now, the director, writer, writers maybe the wrong term, since a lot of this is just kind of bullet points and then ad libbed, but it does sound like he's open to doing a prequel, which will finally discuss the origins of the creep. But part of me just doesn't know if that's really necessary, and just having him be this just unknown, almost Joker-esque character of he, he's given so many different origin stories already that does he really need one? But that's just me on it. I don't really think it's necessary. But if it came out, I'd probably watch it. Yeah, I watch anything. But on the MacGuffin scale, I really should really write down what I give things because I don't quite remember what I gave Creep. Because I give it about a similar one. So I think I gave Creep a 7. No, maybe, probably. That sounds right. So I'll give this one 7 also. If you reference my Creep review, it'd be about the same. So if I gave that one a little bit lower and gave it a 6, this one would be about the same. But some scenes with both of these films are going to stick with me a little bit. So yeah, I'll give it a 7. 7 MacGuffins. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Got a few more of these to bang out as I procrastinate. You all know that. I know that. I'm fooling.